drinking game in this video is how many times I get their names backwards. Hey everybody, Rocktimus Prime here, back with another video review. Now, as my wallet is still recovering from that down there, Titan returns, Titan Class Fortress Maximus. That guy is epic. I'm still a little intimidated to try to do an entire review based on a city former. So, at the moment, we will take a look at these two. This is classic Sunstreaker and Sideswipe, and I guess technically Riddler. So yeah, this little Lamborghini trio comes from the time of the classics in universe, back before the masterpiece got all small. And I mean, I guess it's okay. You have your masterpiece Sideswipe here, which is actually a Lamborghini Countach, and this is more of a, what is it, Murcielago? How do you say that? But I do remember Optimus 405 having this guy, and I was absolutely blown away with him, because I wasn't really sure who or what Sideswipe was, or Sunstreaker in this case. This was the designer's chance to blow me away with the figure, and they did spectacularly. I remember just sitting there going, oh, and making all kinds of weird noises when transforming a Sideswipe and Sunstreaker. Because I'm more of a fan of the red and black decos of Sideswipe here, he does tend to get a little bit more action than his brother Sideswipe. And no, his brother Sunstreaker. One thing I will mention about my toys in general, these two molds right here, is I believe they're slightly customized. Like, I believe the paint back here is all custom. I know the paint on Sideswipe's gun here is custom, but it's kind of a custom where I'm like, alright then. There's a few other touches in bot mode that I'll get to in the transformation, but these guys, they're pretty sweet. Didn't take very long to transform like the movie guys, and they weren't disproportionate like the movie guys. These were just your classic Autobot bros, and they were awesome. Time for some size comparisons. Again, sticking with Sideswipe for most of these comparisons, here he is, and here is Classics Mirage, Classics Hound, the Seeker mold. And I showed you this before, but it bears repeating. Here he is, and here's the fish guy. Shall we do some robots? This is them in their robot modes. Check these guys out. I love the bell-bottom pants here. They've got the feet and the door parts that are part of their shins and the blue, and just the hood chest and then the hood back. They took the same mold, basically twisted it round and said, right, this is a different robot. Because in the original cartoon, these guys both transformed into the exact same car, which is a Lamborghini Countach. And to take the Murcielago and turn it into two completely different robots that look exactly the same is brilliant. And Sunstreaker gets a little bit of a better transformation gimmick than his brother Sideswipe. But you just want to take this piece right here and rotate it, and the head comes up from the chest and the ears pop out. It's amazing. Sideswipe does the same thing, but his head doesn't have the springy outy ears that Sunstreaker does. And get a load of that noodle, that's just so Sunstreaker. Likewise for poor Sideswipe here, who's very grim, loving the chest badge. So essentially, with this being two completely different figures, they sort of had to work it in, you know, that they're two different characters completely. Their articulation is exactly the same, being the same mold, but they're just so much fun. There's so much difference you can give to them. Like, I display Sunstreaker with this little intake thing where a Sideswipe goes without. The doors can be a bit of a pain because on Sunstreaker, I like to have them behind, and on Sideswipe, they're on the side. I got the names right that time. Also, while Sunstreaker holds his gun, you can totally have Sideswipe post his gun either here or here on their shoulders. Sideswipe can do it too, Sunstreaker can do it too, but I feel that this is just a bit more distinction. Gonna cover Sideswipe, nope. Gonna cover Sunstreaker for this articulation point. The head is on a ball joint. You get nice wiggle waggle all over the place. Shoulders are on a ball joint. You do get a bicep swivel and a double jointed elbow. Look at that! A wrist swivel, which is very cool. You do get a waist swivel. And you do get omnidirectional hips, which is always a good time on a robo. Thigh swivels, knee bends, and like footballs. What is a football? Not that one. Further helping me prove my point are these things back here. This thing is a totally custom painted figure. Not completely, but these help bring a little extra pop. Totally boring without them. Totally rad with them. So Sunstreaker. So Sunstreaker. Now this mold did get a 3rd and 4th repaint as both Red Alert and Punch and Counterpunch respectively. Now I like Punch Counterpunch. I will eventually try to track down that figure, but with it being a Transformers Collector's Cup exclusive, that can be a little costly. And here is Red Alert. Yeah. How many Lamborghini fire vehicles are there? I mean, there's certainly none around my town, although that probably would make me want to join the fire department. Of the original 3 Sideswipe, Sunstreaker, and Red Alert figures, I only have one in the Generation version, and that is Red Alert. And my version's just knackered, but, you know, he's pretty close. Pretty decent. That's right, y'all, it's my first Transformers triple feature. Being all the same mold, though, is it really a triple feature? Unfortunately, old Red Alert here is really the weakest of the molds. Whether it's just because this guy came out later and the mold had degraded, I don't know. He was my first experience with this mold. With hands-on and it being my own, and like, his joints are really loose, or they're super tight. I had to actually strip these and put them back in because they just would not turn. And the head is just, it's alright, it's the same as Sunstreaker. And the head's alright, it's the same as Sideswipes, duh. But like, I don't know, this guy just doesn't do it for me. He just does not do it, but he's kinda cool. So let's do some size comparisons in robot mode. Here's Sideswipe. Here is Wheeljack. Here is Mirage. Classics Hound. And Masterpiece Sideswipe. Totally loving this trio, guys. Sunstreaker, Sideswipe, and Red Alert are my jam. They so remind me of the time when I was much younger and I could just sit down with my friends and play with the Transformers. I just absolutely dig these guys. Like I said, Alert is probably the weakest of the molds, but all in all, the 3 Autobot brothers, they're alright. You know, Sunstreaker and Sideswipe are basically carrying the game as per usual. Red Alert's just kind of kicking it. But again, there's so much variance and stuff you can do to these figures to kind of make them their own character. It's insane! I probably will track down a Punch Counterpunch at some point. Again, very expensive figure. Yeah, he's just sweet. This mold is so good. It's equally as good as your Seeker molds. Anyway, this has been Rocktimus Prime with Red Alert, Sunstreaker, and Sideswipe. I'm doing them in this hand because it doesn't matter which one I say first. Saying, hope you guys have a good night, good day, whenever you're watching this. Take care, guys.